Welcome to Through the Rough, a place where real-life people share the real-life experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. Imagine being 29 years old, driving down the interstate in a populated city of over 1 million people, and suddenly you can't feel your legs, and everything starts to go numb. What are you going to do? What is happening? What's going through your head right now? Hi, everybody. My name is Sam. This is Through the Rough with Lindsay, Sam, and our guest today, Tessa. Tessa, if you'd like to introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, everybody. Oh, Tessa T squared.
Right on. I like that. TT.
It's junior high. I think my junior high math teacher gave me that nickname.
Or female.
It was a male. Shout out to Mr. Soyster, T squared. I was a mathlete. Lost it all.
Athlete?
Yeah.
Like you could do all that crazy shit?
Back in the day. Yeah.
Nice.
I know. Not anymore. Don't ask.
I totally still can because I use ChatGPT. Fuck the calculators. I go straight to ChatGPT and let's get sophisticated.
So that isn't like riding a bike then.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? Just in my experience, it might be different for other people, but if I were to try to do long division now, they've changed how you're supposed to do it for the kids
My goodness. I've seen that.
50 times since I've grown up. So
I tried to help our son with some homework the other day, and I had to fucking Google it. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. I have no idea what a box thing means. I don't know what that means.
Nope.
No,
I have no
it's
idea.
weird.
It's like, neither do I. I'm like,
Totally lost on me. But you
Like-
know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need it in my day-to-day
No.
currently.
Reality, yeah. How much math? And now that you have a calculator
all right.
all the time.
Yeah, right. So where we're at here, Tessa was out with a group of work colleagues, having a time of her life, and suddenly things went a little haywire that night. They called it a little early. Not much of a recollection of what was going on. Woke up the next morning, had to get her ass to work or wherever it was.
Going to pick up my car. 'Cause
Yeah.
I couldn't drive the night before.
But one thing led to another, which ultimately led to a stroke at 29 years old. And what we are going to hear today is that journey, not only the journey through the stroke, but what led up to it, the mindset in the middle, and how you, Tessa Thompson, have dealt with this, and what information you can share with our listeners that will help them overcome anything the same way that you did.
I will absolutely do my best.
Well, let's get going.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Let me drink my beer real quick.
Drink that beer. I'm going to have a swig of my lemonade.
I'm good.
Lindsay's just drinking cold water, and that's cool. Not
That's-
as cool as lemonade.
I mean, that's good. We've
It's-
been on a sober kick, I
Yeah.
guess, so far this January. So this is like the first drink that I'm really having this
I know.
month. So I'm keeping it very minimal, but Benny is hitting it hard. Sober time.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've I think we've done pretty good at that too. We've
Yeah.
really, God, I've had one beer this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I have
We're 10 days in.
different preferred vice anyways.
Nah, me
So
too.
It's,
Yeah.
it's easy.
It's easier.
I agree.
This is like a treat. A beer is a treat for me.
It's like that special candy bar that Grandma and Grandpa brought over when you were little.
Yeah.
You're like, here,
exactly.
everybody gets a birthday present.
Yeah.
But-
Exactly.
With everything in moderation.
All right. Should we get into it?
So
Let's start.
we'll do our best to leave specific places, names of places, out of it.
Got
And
it.
we don't necessarily need, for example, like I was on I-29 or I was on I-80 and,
Yeah.
but
Just an
something that
and-
anybody can relate to.
interstate.
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Floor's yours.
All right. So yeah, I was 29. I just recently turned 32. Let's see. So it's 2025 now. Jesus.
I know, right?
It's last November. So November of 2024 would have been my 2-year stroke anniversary. And those 2 years are kind of, I guess, what we're going to talk about most, really. So yeah, I had gone out with some work colleagues and their families and kids. We went bowling. We all ate the same things. We were having a great time. And then some folks took the kids home. The rest of us went to a bar just down the street. It was pretty busy. I remember it being really busy. And I remember everything from the night super clearly up until this point. I even know that I ordered a gin and tonic with 2 lime wedges at the bar.
Is this a
Yes.
bar that you frequented often?
Oh, no. I had actually never been to this bar
Okay.
before. We just had one in mind, I think, a different one that we were going to go to that we had been to previously, but that one the whole place was shut down for a private event when we rolled up. So we're like, oh, okay, well, shit. So we just Googled the next nearest place, right?
Right on.
but it was packed. It was so busy. It was a Friday night. And I remember ordering that gin and tonic, 2 lime wedges. I remember thinking when they gave it to me in a plastic cup, and this is supposed to be, to me, this is like the ritzy area of town. And I was just like, all right, okay, maybe this is my kind of place. Like, I dig the plastic cup. I had hope, right, in that moment. So yeah, I remember that. And I took a couple drinks and I went to the restroom. I remember running into a girlfriend that I knew from back like early, or no, it would have been like late high school, early college days. I ran into her there. She apparently lived nearby. Remember all of that. And then someone ordered a round of shots in the group. I think it was one of our previous reps or something like that. There was only like maybe 8 of us there total, 8 to 10. And I remember that they were allowing the shots to be carried away from the bar on trays by like patrons, which is typically, I mean, it's not typical, I guess, for really, really busy.
Like
in that
patrons,
area.
as in your party carried your drinks, or somebody else carried your drinks to your party that wasn't an employee of the establishment?
Someone who was not an employee, but I believe it was someone from our party.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was the rep who ordered them. They
Okay.
literally
Oh,
just
okay.
gave him like a tray of 8 shots. And I remember watching him carry them, like carry this tray kind of over the crowd because it was so freaking packed. And finally made it over to us. Not all of us took the shots, but I would say most of us. The 2 guys that I know, like my boyfriend did not take a shot. He was
What
he
were
was
you
driving.
shooting?
It was Rumpelmans.
Oh, gross.
Oh, I should have just hindsight. I hate Rumpelmans.
Now you really ate it.
I know. I'm like, fuck that. It's so bad. But yeah, so my boyfriend did not take a shot. My boss didn't take a shot, and they knew they'd be driving. But there was a bunch of the rest of us who sure did. So that's a gin and tonic and a shot, and that's the last thing that I remember of that night.
How long had you been there before? I mean, fuck, can you even remember how long you'd been there before you don't remember being there?
Not long. I mean, like, I don't remember finishing the gin and tonic. That's for certain. I don't remember. So, I mean, like, and I went to the bathroom. So we're thinking, like, I don't know, maybe a half an hour?
Did you start feeling weird? Like, did you feel anything instantly when you took the shot or anything?
Not that I can remember. Not that I can remember. All I know is from what Benny told me and what other people told me. And there were 2 other women who were with us who experienced the same thing, just they didn't end up stroking out the next day.
So at the time, nobody, like obviously that night and then even the next day, nobody realized what had happened.
No, it actually took 2 days for us to put all the pieces together. Because, yeah, I didn't remember anything. Thank God that Benny had just had canned beverages, no liquor at all at this bar. And he said I got sick all over myself. Like I was totally out of sorts and very emotional. And I puked in the car, which like, and all over myself in the car, which even in my wildest college years, like I have never done that. I can usually hold it down.
And I don't think there are very many people who like to admit that they've thrown up when they've been drinking, but I mean, I have
No.
once or twice
But you know what?
in my youth.
Outside of the car, I
Yeah.
always made it to the destination and was able to hold it down until we got to the destination. So when he told me that, I was like, oh my God, what? I mean, that's not me. What happened? It was just, anyways, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But so we made it home. Benny told me that I fell, I was stumbling, I puked in the yard. It was just a mess. I was so sick. And I remember none of this. It's completely black. And so the next morning, I woke up and I was laying on my stomach on our couch. And it occurred to me that I don't remember anything. I don't know how I got home. I don't know when we left. I don't remember. And so I started to panic. And I also at the same time was so ill. I mean, as soon as I woke up, it was like I had to vomit again. So I ran to the bathroom and continued to just puke. And I couldn't keep down water, ice chips, Pepto, nothing. It was like my body was trying to reject something. So I ran upstairs to Ben and started explaining to him like how sick I was and that I thought something was wrong. And he explained to me how he got me home and that I had been so sick and everything that had happened. And I was just a mess. I didn't remember anything. And I thought, like, initially, I thought it was all me. Like, I fucked up. I must have. I must have just drank too much, I guess. I don't, like, I just didn't think of anything outside of myself.
The pieces weren't really fitting together, right?
No, I
Yeah.
just thought, this is all my fault. Like, I must have done this to myself.
And for the record, Ben's my
boyfriend.
There we go.
Ben's my boyfriend, my long-term boyfriend.
That's
Shout out
right.
to Benny. He's my partner in crime.
Benny is the man.
And
Benny is.
we're trauma bonded now, so he's stuck with me.
Hey, man, if you're going to bond, why not trauma bond?
All right.
That shit's real deep.
Deeper than you ever knew.
Yeah.
Sam and I have trauma bond.
Yeah. See, some people, you might not get it yet. Just wait till something shitty happens to you and you have someone who's really amazing in your life.
Rude story.
But yeah, so I was trying to understand how, like 12 hours had elapsed and I was just not present.
Were you still fucked up?
No,
You felt sober, just sick.
I just felt so ill.
Like try like describe that. Like how did your head feel? Your stomach, your
like
body?
food poisoning. Almost
Yeah?
like that's what I would compare it to. Food poisoning. Like your body is just trying to get something out. Not whereas like, when I've been hungover in the past and I've had to vomit in the morning, usually like I wake up, I feel kind of shitty, I'm dizzy, I have a headache, and then after a while, then I have to go throw up. But that's very rare for me.
So when you were kind of going through this, did you feel like this doesn't feel like a normal hangover?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I definitely thought, I'm like, something is fucked up here. Something is wrong, but I don't know what it possibly could have been. I was out with my colleagues, with my boss, with my boyfriend, with these people that I've been close to, like in what we thought was like a very safe area of town.
And at this point, now you think you made an ass out of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm just like, what the hell have I done? I have no memory, and yet I was crying and falling and puking. Like, what? I just felt horrible immediately.
Did Ben say, when did you actually go unconscious?
I mean, unconscious? It seems like it was right after that shot.
But were you still awake when he took you home? Or were you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stumbling from what he said. Like, I was needing help to walk to the vehicle.
And did he say that was about so long after you took the shot or after you had a drink or something?
I think it had been like another hour before we actually left.
So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty quick. An hour has passed and he's like, all right, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. But he knew something was wrong.
Mhm.
Like, it's time to go. And I'm glad that he took me when he did. But
It could have got really bad.
I know.
yeah.
I have no idea.
But, man, I mean, fucking A, dude. Like, what if an ambulance got called or something?
Yeah.
And then it might have, you would have went to the hospital that night, been pumped with IV and stomach pumped, and then you never would have had a stroke the next day.
Yeah, probably.
Weird.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, if we had recognized, or maybe if I had actually passed out or like at the bar, but I was somewhat coherent, just a mess.
Yeah.
Like as if I had drank an entire bottle of tequila.
You're a bit of a trooper anyway when it comes to quote unquote anesthesia, are you not?
Yeah, yeah. So they always have to give me the big stuff. Maybe it runs in the family. But yeah, I can put it back. I can handle my shit. And so yeah, all of this was just like, what the fuck? This isn't right. And so I still didn't really want to think that, I guess, in the time. Like I had it set in my mind that I had done this. Somehow, some way, I might not remember it, but it's got to be all on me. And I was just so disappointed in myself.
Yeah, give me what kind of emotions?
I just wanted to disappear. I remember thinking that. Like, I just wish I could turn back the clock, but now I wish I could just disappear.
Did you feel
yeah.
embarrassed?
Oh, yeah. Completely embarrassed because my boss was there and my other coworkers. I mean, it was just like, how could I have let that happen? Usually, like, even if I do have some drinks, I'm usually really in control of myself. And it just didn't make sense. But yeah, I was humiliated. Luckily, I'm very close with my boss. So I knew I could just walk up to him and be like, I fucked up, if that was the case. And he would have listened.
Knowing your boss,
Yeah.
he's seen some fucked up shit in his day. So
Yeah.
he'd be like, that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, I had no idea that his wife and her friend were having very similar symptoms and a similar experience. I had no idea yet, though. We all just went our separate ways.
Did they all leave roughly the same time you and Benny did?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Did
so.
Ben, did he say anything about the other two women during that? Were they also acting weird or?
Very emotional and just like we had drank far more than we
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
So
those,
you
those
all
two
were
other
kind of in
gals.
that same, perceived everyone was, basically emotional.
Equally shit-faced on rumplements is what you guys thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what the
Or
outsiders
yeah,
thought.
that's what they thought. You guys didn't know what the fuck was going
Like,
on.
after the Rumplemans shot myself and those two other women, there's no memory. To everybody else, it's like, Jesus Christ, what happened? What did they do? Yeah, I mean, the other two gals can hold their own as well, especially when your husband is the boss and this is a work outing and you're coming out with the family, you're coming to have a good time.
With the intent of having a good time.
It was not. Yeah, none of us wanted to get
Structured, planned, organized. Everybody was careful.
absolutely. Yeah, it was planned, and we've done it every year. I mean, it was the same bowling alley, just a different bar, but same cadence of events as we had done for multiple years. So it just didn't make sense. It's not what I was thinking. But Benny he had to work that Saturday. So outing was Friday night, got home, came to Saturday morning, and basically I just spent some time at home vomiting and trying to like get some liquids into myself. Like I just couldn't keep anything down. And it got to a point where we needed to go take me to get my car so that Benny could go to work because we had left my car at the bar the night before. So obviously I was in no state to drive home. So we trek out. It's about like a 45-minute drive from our place to where the bowling alley and the bar are.
Now, in our area, 45 minutes is like 15 miles.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess,
Roughly.
well, it's 18 miles from our town to the metro. So, but that's all highway driving. So I don't know.
So 25 miles, roughly. Okay, so about 25 miles. I'm from the country, so we talk in miles, and you city fuckers all talking minutes. We're covering all listen.
I know. It's because we live in this what they call a 20-minute city.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it is anymore.
It's more like
Depends on
25.
what time of the day it is.
It's more 25.
Back when COVID was prevalent, it was about a 4-minute city.
It was amazing.
I loved it.
No, if we're thinking of the benefits of that time, that's one of them.
Oh,
my
definitely.
God, right? I missed
That.
so much.
I literally talked about that at work the other day.
God, those were the days. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just riding with Ben, and I had to bring a plastic sack and some paper towels and like wet wipes because I could not stop.
How many times had you thrown up in the morning now?
Oh my God, I can't even tell you. Like I probably puked at least a dozen times.
No shit.
It was like dry heaving.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at some point it's just going to be like yellow bile, isn't it?
It's exactly what was going on. And I was just trying to like keep putting water into my belly so that it would kind of help.
Yeah.
But
During that time, because obviously that's even you hungover, vomiting before. This is obsessive vomiting. Did you have any point in that morning, just like any moment of like, this is maybe more serious than I think it is? Or was it just still just trying to power through?
yeah, I think there was a point where it started to get scarier. And Benny might have even asked, like, do we need to take you to the ER? Like, and I know I just said, no, because I was already a fucking burden. I had already puked all over his car and caused a scene the night before. So I didn't want to do anything else. Like, nope, you don't need to take me to the ER. I'll be fine. Like, I'll get through it one way or another. Probably should have gone.
What lesson is there?
So, yeah, probably should have listened to my body a little bit more and not just shrugged it off and tried to muscle through that one. But so we ended up driving. We're driving this 45-minute drive. I'm barfing. The car smells bad. I feel like the worst piece of shit in the whole world. And we get to my car, and I could tell he was very hesitant. He was like, are you sure you're going to be able to do this? And I looked at him. I'm like, we don't have any choice right now. You need to go to work. If I need to sit here and take a minute in my car, like, I will. And so he left, and I sat in my car for a few minutes and made sure I didn't have like another bout of vomiting coming, and took off. And so, yeah, it was, by the time I got maybe like halfway, I was on the middle of the interstate, busy interstate, and all of a sudden I started to lose feeling in my feet. But it was at first I was like, do I have a foot cramp? Like, what is happening? And I put my car in cruise, so I can't feel my feet. And I'm like, oh, no problem. I have cruise control. We'll just do that. So I'm mobbing at like 70 miles an hour.
How long had you been actually driving before that happened?
Oh, maybe about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made it a little ways, about 15, 20 minutes, I think. And it started in my feet and it kind of started to work its way up,
Now you're describing
just like losing control, numbness,
as a result of.
having a stroke.
Okay.
So yeah, literally just started to feel it. And in the moment, I think it kind of slowed down for me, but realistically, it all happened very fast.
So if you've never had a stroke before, thank God. But if you've never had a stroke before, listen to the details that she's about to give you.
Yeah, it was definitely, I'd never felt anything like it. And at first I was super confused because I didn't, and I know that like strokes can present for different people in different ways, obviously. So for me, I'm like losing feeling in my feet and then it's creeping up my legs, but it's also starting in my hands. And it felt like the loss of motor control was starting at the ends of my appendages and working inward to my center. It was like my nervous system was shutting down. Is kind of what it felt like. Or I used to say that it felt like somebody had given me a bad hot wire job. Like someone just snipped
What?
something in my brain.
Once you realize that's what's going on, what's going on in your head? Like, what are you thinking about?
So yeah, at first I was like, I don't understand what's happening at all. And then I felt my speech go. I felt it. Yeah, it really just felt like a wire was.
Without even talking? You could
Oh yeah,
just tell?
yeah.
Everything went lax?
Everything went lax. Even swallowing felt different, and it felt different for a while. But yeah, it was like all those muscles were no longer listening to what I wanted them to do, and I felt that. And in that moment, it was like, oh shit, I'm having a stroke. I know this symptom. Like I know the speech going can be,
I didn't know
sign.
that was the results of having a stroke. Or I mean, I know like after a stroke, a lot of people struggle with speech, but I didn't know that happens.
Yeah. And some people, I mean, I didn't have like any facial drooping really. It was just kind of like it was slack. Like, and yeah, I felt like swallowing was like a foreign thing for my muscles. It was,
Were
it was
you like
so
actively
strange.
trying and then you like couldn't?
Yeah.
Is that,
It was like a struggle.
It's
Swallow.
did you ever like try to like, because you said you like right away with your speech, you could tell, did you actually like try to talk out loud
Yeah.
and you couldn't?
I looked in my rearview mirror. I remember looking in my rearview mirror and saying something and watching my mouth just slack. Like you could tell that I was trying, but my tongue did not make any shapes. There was no like speech syntax. There was nothing available for me to get out. Like it was just wild.
Hmm.
Like my brain was, I knew that I was telling myself my mouth to move and my tongue to make these words and make these sounds, but it wasn't happening. My muscles just weren't responding. So, and they explained to me a little bit later, like how this works. And I'll remember to share my stupid, cool human trick that I learned during this time later, because that kind of has to do with my speech and which side of my brain was affected and whatnot. But yeah, the speech, once I felt that and I looked in the mirror and I saw my mouth and I could feel swallowing that like, oh no, my muscles aren't listening. Like I'm just trying to like swallow saliva like you do,
Are you scared?
Yes, because I couldn't identify it at first. I think once I realized, oh my God, it's a stroke, I almost felt better because I was like, "Oh, okay, so that's what's happening right now."
Was there like a level of acceptance within you? Like how do you process that?
Not until I got pulled over to the side of the road. So I was driving in the middle of the interstate. And once I felt my speech go and realized what was happening, I knew you have to pull over and you are in the middle of a very busy interstate. And I don't know, I couldn't tell you how I got across 2 lanes of busy traffic going like 70, 75 miles an hour while having a stroke. I have no fucking clue. But I did. And
Miraculously.
missed I missed 2 exits because there's, like, 4 main exits off this stretch of interstate, and I had passed the first one, and it was around the second one where I started to realize what was happening, and so I had 2 more. I knew I had 2 more opportunities to pull off, otherwise there wasn't gonna be a safe spot for quite a while, and so I missed my first 2 opportunities, and it was like, just send it. Like, cross the traffic. If they honk, fuck it. Someone will know that something's wrong. Maybe if I get in an accident, at least someone will be there and an ambulance will probably come. So those are the things that's going through my mind at this point. But I made it off to the side, onto the off ramp, and I just like literally threw my car into park. Poor Kia. I felt bad doing it. But my hands were like barely functional. Like it felt like they were nubs at this point. So I just kind of threw it into park.
Still, did you have motion like from the shoulder to the elbow and forearm, just like hands, no grip strength, nothing like that?
Yeah, my hands were they were like clenched into little pincher
Yeah.
type positions. It was really weird. But I could move, yeah, like from my shoulders, I could move my arm just enough to like put pressure forward on the shifter. So I should normally like, you push the button in and then you shift. There was none of that. It was just like a punch with a nub hand and it slammed into park.
Made all the
I was like, shit. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but this is what we're doing. It's fine.
This is where we're at.
Yeah. So once I got pulled over and in park, then it was like, okay.
At that
you
point,
made it.
you're facing the death of a potential traffic accident or the death of a fucking stroke. Which one,
So we
pick your
got to handle
poison.
one thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
So we got off the side of the road. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck yeah, we won that one. All right, next.
Yeah.
So we have to handle this stroke thing that's happening right now. And how do we dial 911 when our hands are stuck in little nubby?
And you can't talk to Hey Siri.
And my speech is like, it honestly sounded like I was deaf. Like I was really trying to make the words. It wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
How did that, like, describe that? Like, what's going on in your head? Like, when you hear what's coming out and it's obviously not what's supposed to be coming out, what are you thinking?
Oh, you're just frustrated as hell. Especially like when just moments before, like I could speak just fine.
Did you, like, at any point feel like you could will it to work?
No.
No?
Nope.
Just accepted defeat?
Yeah.
Were you
It
scared?
became pretty fucking clear.
Yeah. It was that bad.
Yeah. It was like there was no connection being made. Like I understood that like at that point, my brain and my mouth were not connected. It was not listening. And they were like 2 separate entities at that point. And so it's like, okay, I still have some connection because I can move like my shoulders, my large joints seem to be still somewhat functional. And my phone was connected to Bluetooth to my car, thank God. So I called 911 that way. But the first time I tried to dial it, I fucked it up. And
Finger dialing, or how were you doing it?
yeah, I was trying to use like my hand, like the little my
Your pinchers?
a little nubby. I was just trying to dial 911 on the emergency page. I didn't try to unlock my phone or anything. And I fucked it up the first time. And I'm like, oh shit, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't get this right? And in that moment, I had what I think is like a very funny plan B moment. And I decided that if the second time I didn't get it, that I was going to have to try to open the car door and flail my body out of the vehicle.
Onto the interstate.
Oh.
7-mile-an-hour traffic. Off ramp or not? Still 77. I know that off ramp.
That's a busy offering.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like,
That's the busiest one on that one.
That's a son of a bitch.
right? It's a hard stop, but we threw it into a hard stop that day. But yeah, that was my plan B, and I'm like, you know what? I bet I'll scare the fuck out of somebody, and they'll stop. They'll stop and help me. I bet they will. They might be incredibly alarmed by a woman like just flailing, stroking out of her car.
What the fuck would you think if you saw that? Would you stop? I'd be like, drunk ass, what the fuck's going on?
Right?
Like, what would you really think if you saw that?
I would slow
Like-
down and try to inquire it, assess it as I'm driving by, and then seeing if okay, maybe, probably stop.
Right? Like what?
Situation. I have no idea how I would respond. I mean, I would hope that I would do the right thing, but at the same time, am I scared shitless that, what's going on? How am I going to get involved in something?
Yeah.
But, we're in the Midwest. Fuck these guys. Yeah, I'll stop. You're right. I'll stop.
I know. I think if I could make myself look enough like this is a medical emergency, I don't know, put on my most desperate
Face.
numb. Didn't really put on a face at that point. Maybe they could see it in my eyes.
Blink 3 times if you're in distress.
Maybe you can kind of bring your arms and try universal choking.
Maybe that's what. Oh, that's a good
But
thing.
the-
For next time I stroke out, I'm going to pretend I'm choking.
Next time.
They can't, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been told that now that I've had one, I'm at a higher risk for more. But I'm
Yeah.
also very young still. And this was due to an external source.
Yeah.
I'll be careful.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to stop by throughtherough.net to check out our latest episodes, merchandise, and hit that donation tab to keep content coming. See you again next week.